Hello and how are you? Hey friends, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Shenandoah Briscoe, coming to you from right here in St. Charles, Missouri, home of the first state capital that is from 1821 to 1826. Anyway, hey, this here's Thursday, January 24th, 2019, VBAR number 2527. Hey, got a happy birthday shout out going out to Mchelle Francis and DrToni Smith Lane. So, without further ado, here's a birthday song for the two of you. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I must say. You know, Michelle and Tony, there's a brand new you're starting a brand new year today, so happy birthday to you today. I said, hey, I heard it's your birthday today, so happy birthday, I must say. You know you're starting a brand new year today, so happy birthday to you today, and many more. Yeah, cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. Congratulations on your doctorship there, Tony. Anyway, hey, what was I going to say? Oh, I'm stumbling over names and moving around a lot because I'm freezing to death. Can't help it, but I'm going to have to move around a lot. Anyway, I got a happy Facebook friend anniversary shout out going out to Evelyn M Gonzales. So happy Facebook friend anniversary to you, Evelyn. All right, all right, all right. Let's get into something simple like the weather, St. Charles weather. I'll tell you what it is. Cold. That's all it is cold. Right now. Well, I'm not going to tell you what it is right now, but I'll tell you what it's going to drop down to. It's going to drop down to 9 degrees tonight. Mainly clear skies, very cold, lows near 9 degrees, winds north and northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Then for your Friday, January 25th forecast, mostly sunny skies during the morning hours and will become overcast in the afternoon. Highs near 31 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then cloudy skies early will be coming partly cloudy later on at night, and a few flurries or snow showers possible. Lows near 16 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds west to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for Saturday, January 26th, more clouds than sun, a few flurries of snow, and showers or snow showers are possible. Highs near 34 degrees Fahrenheit, winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy snow showers developing after midnight and low around 25 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be light and variable. Chances of snow is 60%. Snow accumulation less than an inch. And then Sunday, January 27th, cloudy skies, a few flurries or snow showers possible, highs around 33, winds north to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday night, partly cloudy during the evening, followed by cloudy skies overnight. Lows around 21 degrees Fahrenheit, winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then Monday morning, considerable cloudiness with occasional rain showers. Highs around 40 degrees Fahrenheit, winds west southwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Chances of rain, 50%. And then Monday night, cloudy skies early will be becoming partly cloudy later on at night, and low temperatures around 8 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds north to northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour. And then Tuesday, I'm going into Tuesday due to the fact that I have a doctor's appointment that day. So anyway, mostly sunny except for a few afternoon clouds. Mainly sunny, but much cooler. High near 21 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And then moving on into the evening and nighttime, a few clouds and low 3 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And that'll do it for our forecast today. I'm going to talk a little bit about St. Charles history. Uh, and maybe some of the people that kind of resided around this area. So let's start with the history of St. Charles itself. St. Charles is a city in, and St. Charles is a city in, and the county seat of St. Charles County, Missouri, United States. The population was 65,794 at the 2010 census, making St. Charles the ninth largest city in Missouri. Situated on the Missouri River, it is a northwestern suburb of St. Louis. Founded in 1769 as Les Petites Côtes, or the Little Hills in French, by Louis Blanchet, a French-Canadian fur trader, when the area was nominally ruled by Spain following the 7 Years' War. St. Charles is the third oldest city in Missouri. For a time, it played a significant role in the United States westward expansion as a river port and starting point for the Boone's Lick Road, or towards the Boone's Lick, to the Boone's Lick. Anyway, St. Charles was settled primarily by French-speaking colonists from Canada in its earlier days, and was considered the last civilized stop by the Lewis and Clark expedition in 1804, which was exploring the Western Territory after the United States made the Louisiana Purchase. The city served as the first Missouri state capital from 1821 to 1826, and is the site of St. Rose Philippine Duchesne, the shrine, burial shrine, that is. Now, Native American peoples inhabited the area at least as early as 11,000 BC, when European immigrants arrived. The area was inhabited by the Illan, the Osage, and the Missouri tribes. According to Hopewell's romantic legends of the Missouri and Mississippi, Blanchet met another French Canadian, Bernard Goulet, at the site of St. Charles in 1765. Blanchet determined to settle there, asked if Goulet, who had become a chief of the Dakota tribe, had chosen a name for it. And I call it the place Les Petites Côtes, replied Bernard. And from the sides of the hills yet you see, from the sides of the hills that you see, and by that name shall it be called, said Blanchet Chazar, for it is the echo of nature, beautiful from its simplicity. Blanchet settled the Sahara 1769 under the authority of the Spanish governor of Upper Louisiana. The area had been seceded by French to Spain under an arrangement with Great Britain following French defeat in the French and Indian Wars. He was appointed as the territory's civil and military leader, serving until his death in 1793. Although the settlement was under Spain's jurisdiction, the settlers were primarily Native American and French Canadians who had migrated from northern territories. Considered to begin in St. Charles, the Boone's Lick Road, all along the Missouri River, was the major overland route for settlements of central and western Missouri. This area became known as the Boonslick or Boonslick County. Boonslick or Boonslick County. At Franklin, the trail ended. Westward progress continued on the Santa Fe Trail. St. Carlos Borromeo, the first church built in 1791, was Catholic and dedicated to the Italian St. Charles Borromeo under the Spanish version of his name, St. Carlos Borromeo. The town became known as San Carlos de Missouri. San Carlos del Missouri. St. Charles of the Missouri, and the original location of the church is not known, but a replica has been built just off of Main Street, the fourth St. Charles Borromeo Church now stands on 5th Street. Spanish Lieutenant Governor Carlos de Luis appointed Daniel Boone as commander of the Femi Osage district, which he served as until the United States government assumed control in 1804, following the Louisiana Purchase. The name of the town, San Carlos, was angelicized to St. Charles. William Clark arrived in St. Charles on May 16, 1804. With him were 40 men and 3 boats, and made the final preparations as they waited for Meriwether Lewis to arrive from St. Louis, and they attended dances, dinners, and church services during this time. And the town residents, excited to be part of the national expedition, were very hospitable to the explorers. Lewis arrived via St. Charles Rock Road on May 20th. The expedition launched the next day in a keelboat. At 3:30 p.m., St. Charles was the last established American town and the expedition visited for more than 2.5 years. State capital and growth. All right, well, let's just go ahead and do on that. When Missouri was granted statehood in 1821, the legislature decided to build the city of Jefferson, to serve as the state capital in the center of the state, overlooking the Missouri River. Since this land was under development at the time, a temporary capital was needed. St. Charles beat 8 other cities in a competition to house the temporary capital, offering free meeting space for the legislature in rooms located above a hardware store. This building is preserved as the first Missouri State Capitol site in St. Charles. And has many tours that may be toured yet today. The Missouri government continued to meet there until Jefferson City was ready in 1826. Godfrey Duden was a German who visited in the area in 1824, traveling under the guidance of Daniel M. Boone. He wrote extensive accounts of life in St. Charles County. During his years there, he published these after returning to Germany in 1829, and his favorite impressions of the area led to the immigrations of a number of Germans in 1833. The first permanent German settlement in the region was probably Louis Eversman, who arrived with Dudin but decided to stay. St. Charles, Missouri is where the first claimed interstate project started in 1956. State highway marker is displayed with a logo and information regarding this claim. Off Interstate 70, going westbound to the right of First Capitol Drive exit. Kansas and Pennsylvania also lay claim to the first interstate project. And there you have it. That is a bit of history from St. Charles, Missouri. All right, looks like it's about time we jumped into our portion of the program called Our Daily Bread. And today, the devotion is called A Big Deal. You know what? Every now and again, it's something whenever you find some, well, for instance, if somebody in your family needs to borrow a little money, you go ahead and loan them some money, although you may be a little strapped yourself, but you find it in yourself to be able to loan them some money, and you go ahead and do so. Because God has provided well for you, you can provide some for them. Well, the other thing about that is it's a big deal, and you might get a letter or a thank you card or a thank you note saying thank you so very much, and be blessed with a little bit of the relative's gratitude. And then it's kind of passed off like not really a great big deal. But it is a big deal because, well, the more you give, the more you receive. And that is what Jesus done. And I'll be reading Isaiah 58, 6 through 9. And if you're keeping up with the Bible in a year, you will be tuning into the Bible with Briscoe. And we will be covering Exodus 9 through 11 and Matthew 15 through 21, or no, Matthew 15, 21 through 39. Okie dokie. That being said, here we go with Isaiah 58, 6 through 9. Is not the kind of fasting I have chosen? Is not this the kind of fasting I have chosen, to loose the chains of injustice and untie the cords of the yoke, to set the oppressed free and break every yoke? It is not to share your food with the hungry and to provide the poor wander with shelter, when you see the naked, to clothe them, and not to turn away from your own flesh and blood. Then your light will break forth like the dawn, and your healing will quickly appear. Then your righteousness will go before you, and the glory of the Lord will be your rear guard. Then you will call, and the Lord will answer, and you will cry for help, and he will say, Here I am. If you do away with the yoke of oppression, with the pointing finger and malicious talk. There you have it. Isaiah 58, 6 through 9. Okie doke. Looks like I've got one more song for you, and that would be, well, goodbye, my friends, it's a time to go. I said goodbye, my friends, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. Goodbye, my friends, goodbye. This here's been Shenandoah Briscoe saying hello and how are ya? Thanks for tuning in to the Shen Show, and as always, you know, God loves you, and so do I. So be blessed in Jesus' name, and come back and see me tomorrow because, well, I'll be here, and I hope you R2.